Hey, what's up, Lucio? How we doing, brother? How we doing? What's up, Lou? How we doing? Apparently, Silver's having quite a day, huh? Silver and gold. Yeah, no, I hear you. I was outside. I kept trying to kind of clear it out, like maybe like every couple of hours. It's too much going on. Hey, Audie, what's going on, brother? How you doing? I am just so glad that we're like geniuses. And we were saying silver and gold, even copper, right? Look at that. Even copper. Just so glad it's all working out. Day by day. I told you Silva was the one to own. Son of a bitch. Wow, finally gonna fill that gap after all this time. What do we got here? Ah, yeah, yep. It's gonna get messy before it gets better. And here come the sirens. S&P highs of the day. I just hope everyone had a good weekend. I hope everyone's safe. Baby, it's cold outside. 117. Holy crap. That was right before I got here. So how much was this up? Like 18%? How much was this up? Yeah, being on the five, I was up, what, like 14, 15%? Oh man, what a fucking call. Right? And you got these other pikers. Oh, pay me $100 a month. Oh, look, the options are up 8%. Sell. 8%? Look, it's seeing 8% in a day. And that's on the stock, not on the options. I told you there's levels to this shit. If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it right. You know what I mean? It's people with their bullshit thumbnails. Oh, I made 5 grand today. Yeah, you put up 300 grand, and it was a scalp in 40 seconds, and you're just not disclosing any of those key factors of the trade. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. Oh, hold on. I gotta check my accounts. Could be rich. There is a lot of snow outside, boys and girls. Yeah, I posted this last night in the Discord. I'm curious to see if they're setting the dollar up for a potential inverse head and shoulders, which means that now that everyone's panicking and everyone's talking about the dollar tanking, that's usually when the reverse comes. So I'm expecting really over the next 4 or 5 weeks that we're going to start to get whatever, some announcements, some updates, some deals, and that's going to start to strengthen the dollar again and potentially bring it back up to that blue neckline. And if something transpires, which of course will strengthen the dollar, you may start to see gold and silver cool off a little bit. Also, the markets may start to sell off as well. Yeah, shoveling that snow 3 times took a lot out of me. I'm like an old man. Oh, Rivian back to 15. What'd I tell you? Stock sucks. Stock sucks. I don't know why, but I don't trust this right now. I feel like SPY puts can make you a couple of bucks here on a quick scalp. In my opinion, Spy puts, spy puts. Oh, I'm exhausted. Well, this weekend I was watching the fights and I shoveled snow. What about you? Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. I didn't have any UFC for like the last 5 weeks, so definitely enjoyable. Oh, wow, nice. Bet that was fun. Yeah, honestly, they should just start doing that again. Because all the new shit they release is terrible. So, they should just re release all the old classics and shit. Oh, Scarface back in theaters. Nobody wants to see this new shit. I can't breathe. I love it. Yeah, it's been showing me, Twitter's been showing me this random chick who, of course, doesn't know as much as we do, but she is a female with uh, bountiful proportions, if you will. Hey, Walma, what's going on? How you doing? Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, she looks good. I'd love to hear it, talk about Bitcoin and everything like that too. The problem is she doesn't know what she's talking about, but she looks good doing it. I'll be honest. Oh yeah, one sec, one sec. Hold on, hold on. We could have made it. Hold on. Nope. Close but no cigar, as they say. Since we know a place to go. Something stuck in my mouse. I brought some corn for popping. All right, roll them if you got them. Let's turn way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. By that dip, SLV calls, SLV calls, SLV calls, SLV calls. My mama said alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush. Hey, Deli out there blowing, huh? We're doing all right. We got silver and gold to the moon, to the moon. Yeah, I might need to invest into a snowblower myself. See what's trending on the old Yahoo Finance. Oh, government shut down. Oh no. Wow, ASTS is red. I'm stunned. You got Hims having a good day. Wow, Geo down 11%. Oh, that Onda's down 8%. Stock sucks, man. Okay, so Intel. We'll check Geo for a second. Yep. Yeah, one more day. One more day, they're gonna bring it down, I think. Who cares what the Democrats want? It's amazing, right? Finally does what it's supposed to do, and then you get hit with this nonsense. Play all the games they want, but a winner is a winner. Yeah, it was looking good. We know what we know. You're damn right. You're damn right. Look at SB just chilling. All right, may have got a little excited with those SLV calls. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, oh, we're climbing the dollar. What happened? Frozen 8. Ugh, I think I pulled a muscle. Yep, looking for those spy puts. SLV calls, terribly timed. Bum, bum, bum. Hey, Jose, can you see? need SPY put action, man. Hey. Hey, silver coming back around the mountain. Looking for a big drop here. Check my account. Nope, not rich yet. You son of a bitch. See, the universe knows it can't just give me millions of dollars. Because I'd be gone. Truck backing up. I'll be out there like Epstein, bro, because I'm an island boy. Trying to make it. Because I'm an island boy. Good evening, Paul. 120 this week, almost hit 120 today. I am still bullish on it. It's hard to, speak to specifics like that. I mean, silver technically could, drop 3, 4, 5% every day for the rest of the week, and it would actually still be bullish. I mean, we got above that line at what, like 72 an ounce, and we just went straight up to almost 120. So, could definitely start cooling down, but I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, if you were paying attention, you would have already been positioned in that call last week. So that's what I mean. Now we wake up Monday, fucking silver goes on a 15% run. Now you're looking for a call. I don't know. Seems like a silly strategy to me. But what do I know? How do I reach these kids? Some predict 140, 187. Oh, no. No, bro. That's not what you asked, right? That's not what you asked. My personal price target's 199. I'm 99.999999% convinced it's going to that level next. You said by Friday, which is extremely unpredictable. But 199 an ounce, I think, is very predictable. 199. I posted, I keep talking about it in the streams. I posted it in the Discord. I fucking tweeted about it, or whatever, X'd about it, whatever it's called now. I did everything I could over the years to let everyone know There were even people who got in late. I mean, even someone in the Discord mentioned last night, like, oh, I heard you were saying to keep buying it when it was like 50 an ounce. You started buying silver coins at 50 an ounce, right? So even though that person got in late, they're up 110% already, 120%. This is why we say the analysis is the analysis. Then you have to take action. Everyone shows up after the fact. Oh, MBOT just ran to $4. Do you still like it? Oh, HGraph went from 10 cents to $2. Do you still like it? I know you were talking about silver at 22, 27, 31 an ounce, but now it's 112. Do you still like it? Telling you, baby, 199 next stop. Oh, why does it taste so sweet? I'm an island boy trying to make it. Now, well, gold is also going to continue to go higher and hit new highs. The difference, though, is that gold has essentially been climbing and rallying for quite a while before silver started to take off, which is why I always kept talking about silver. But you know what they say about horses? You take them to the water and then they drown. So you gotta be careful. Gotta be sharp out there. Silver and gold. I'm just glad that a bunch of people, like I said, people, I bought some SLV in my, longer term accounts back at like 30, 40 an ounce. Other people are posting, oh, I've been buying physical silver, I've been buying physical gold, good call, doing great. So I'm just very, very happy that, again, it's unfortunate because, you supposedly have a community of thousands of people, but only like 10 people hear you. Or pay attention, I should say. So, again, I don't know if it's everybody. Everyone's in their own world. No one keeps me updated on how their accounts are doing. But I am very happy that a few people who are active, who are in it to win it, had the foresight to see a good thing coming, and they position themselves, whether it's paper silver, paper gold, silver coins. So I'm very, very glad that you all understood what I was saying and then you took action. What's the dollar amount of silver? Silver is currently trading at $109 an ounce. Was up to 117. Wow. In China, they say, oh, yeah. Well, depending where you are and where you go, yeah, I understand. They're posting online, yeah, in Asia, China, Japan, they're showing, I think, like 132, 137 price for silver. So that's what I mean. They know that it's going to continue to climb. Which is why, again, like I saw that tweet of that guy crying, oh, I'm trying to sell my silver, no one's taking it, but. Now is not the time you sell. That's what I mean. People are so stupid. And it's always, unfortunately, those are the people who have money. So now is not the time you sell, all right? And they know it's going higher. So what would a businessman do? A businessman would offer you 10, 20% below spot so they can make more money. And yes, if silver's at 109 and it's climbing, and it was almost at 120 today, and you're coming in to buy a piece tomorrow, yeah, they're going to say, well, it's down here, but it was just up here, and it's on its way up there, so I got to charge you 135. And people are like, well, it's 108, that doesn't make sense. Duh. Because unfortunately, nobody knows anything about what they're supposed to know. So, no matter what happens, I think it's going higher. I think it's worth much more. I think this rally appreciation was inevitable. I think it was delayed. I think it was manipulated. I still say, again, like 199, probably going to go to around that 200 mark. Then if it starts to calm down and plateau, then that's when you're going to start seeing the positive updates. Oh, my silver's up huge. I went to the pawn shop. I got a good price. Right? Once it plateaus, then that's when people will be more willing to give you spot price. See, that's what I mean. This is economic supply and demand. People aren't taught this shit anymore. Yeah, no, they've been talking about silver in the tech space, and the fact that we're gonna need so much more. I mean, the writing was on the wall again. That's why you got to take a step back, ignore all the nonsense, look at the big picture, right? Used to say this time and time again. Here we go. I don't know who jumped in, but I'm hoping these spy puts make you a couple of bucks. Here we go. Oh, I can't breathe. I got so many problems, honestly. Can't breathe. Gotta stop smoking. Freaking back hurts from lifting snow for hours. Yeah, well, again, when I was younger, like I said, I used to get cracked in the face all the time. Like basketball, I caught like a baseball in the face. So if you were to see my nose, it's kind of like deformed. I got kind of like that rounded kind of beak. You know, when you come down the middle of your eyes, you know, a lot of people have that indent, that bridge in the nose. I don't have that. And also you can see that like one nostril is like kind of normal, and the other nostril, yeah, it's almost like I said, because of the hits it took, and I guess it didn't heal properly. It's kind of like it's not visible, but it seems like it's on like a slight angle, and that's what I mean. Like the left side is like all right, and the right side it feels like it's like half closed. And sometimes if I pull on the skin, like on the sinus underneath your eye, you know, if you pull that open, that'll help like open up the sinus. But yeah, I definitely not 100%. So that's why I'm always like choking and hawking and it's all right. Need that neti pot. No, I really do think I need surgery though. Because again, even like the neti or like all of these procedures, like those are to like clear out the mucus and shit, which is awesome. But again, the problem is I think the right side, it's almost, you know, it's almost like if we had like two straws as our sinuses. And mine on the right just got like smashed and crushed a couple of times. So I feel like it's at like 60-70% of oxygen. So that's why I feel like, you know, I'm always clearing the nostril because it feels like it's clogged when it's really not. It's just kind of closed. I don't know. Whatever. As we say, there's, you know, always people who have it worse. Very thankful. And no matter how much my nose bothers me, I'm gonna keep staying positive, baby, because I'm an island boy trying to make it. And I'm an island boy. Oh, so now that's a freaking reversal right there. Yeah, see, right when the piker comes in saying he's glad he gets out, that's when you know you buy calls. Buy the calls, buy the calls. Look, you're up already. Look, buy the calls. I always told you, the pikers show you the path. Buy the calls, buy the calls. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. McDonald's sucks. Baby, I love you way. Yeah, you see, they bring it up so you get excited. Then they bring it down and you say, oh my God, what's going on? Then, when no one's looking, they bring it back up. Right? When no one's looking, you're going to see a kaboom. You're going to see a skadoosh. If you're just joining us, I hope you're doing well. Hope everyone had a good weekend. Hope everyone's safe. Massive snowstorm, apparently. Is everyone in the world buying silver? Now they probably are. Again, when we were talking about it, a year and a half, 2 years ago, nobody agreed. Now, nobody wants to be left out in the cold. And this is how you know who's who in my line of business. This is who separates the men from the boys. Because anyone now who's talking about gold and silver should fire their advisor. That's what I mean. I literally prove consistently, day by day, month by month, year after frickin' year, that I am one of the best in the space to do it. Hey, it's Marcel. Oh no, Lucio, they got you. Lucio's been compromised. I am bot Lucio. I am bot Lucio. UG Investment Advisors invest $1 million in SMCI. All right, here we go. SMCI. Still like SMCI. Again, it was doing very well. They hit it with some drama. And even if you look at, I know they were a little light the last quarter or two, but even if you look at the revenue they're bringing in, right? Even let's say it stays the way it is now. I mean, they brought in what, like 5.5, 6 billion last quarter? That's what I mean. This company's bringing in 20, 25, they're saying 30 plus billion in revenue. And the market cap is like half of that. So, again, not trying to manipulate anyone, but in my opinion, men lie, women lie, numbers do not lie. The numbers on SMCI do not add up. Technically, on paper, that stock is worth significantly more than where it's currently trading. Here it comes. There she blows. I've been stacking since 2010 and would buy an ounce of gold, 100 ounces a month. Friends would not listen. Now they're buying at these prices. That's what always happens, my friend. Well done, though. Well done to you. And congratulations. And again, people, they look at a strategy like this and, they try to immediately shoot it down, in their minds for whatever reason. Like, oh, it's going to take too long, or, oh, even if I put all the money here, like, I'm not going to become a millionaire. People will always try to find the negative, but at the end of the day, again, one of the best hedges out there, and it was inevitable. It was inevitable That's what I kept trying to drive home. So again, I'm just glad, I know some people popping into the stream, that we never spoke. Other people are loyal listeners. So either which way, in general, though, I'm just glad that there are a bunch of investors out there who did take these hedge positions, who did listen to the experienced advisors who tried to tell them, hey, listen, a little diversification, right? Buy some of this, buy some of that sector, some of this one. And just remember, all of those nonsensical, like, quote unquote, principles and old guy rules, just remember, it never makes sense and it never seems advantageous until the shit hits the fan. Then when the shit hits the fan, everyone else loses everything that they made, and you're well positioned, and you're still growing while everyone else is losing. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. People tell me, oh, I gotta have my Netflix, and, oh yeah, I pay like $200 a month for my cell phone, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Could have bought yourself a couple of coins every month instead. As we said, with the growth and the appreciation of these investments over time, time is your friend. And I love, again, even just the other day, I saw that thing on X. I'm pretty sure it was an old story, but there was the guy who's like, he like worked as a parking attendant or something in a garage, and he's got like a $500,000 portfolio. And they're like, what? You were working on a low wage. You've been here for so many years. Like, how do you have $500,000? And what'd he say? Oh yeah, like $20 a week or whatever. Every time I got paid, I'd take $20. I'd invest it into the market. I'd tuck it away for a rainy day. There you go. Now this guy who people think is like a nobody, right? Oh, you don't have a college degree. You don't have a big ass career. No. The guy works in a parking garage. And he's got $500,000 portfolio. Sometimes you gotta work smarter, not harder. Look at the volume. I feel like there's so much more volume today. Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. I really wish I grew up, even if it was like 10, 20 years earlier, before this whole kind of bullshit manipulation with college started and all that shit. Because before that nonsense started, young men, they would actually get jobs, join the workforce, who would have an idea, start their own business. We didn't stay in the classroom and just kind of continue to be kind of like babysat in this bubble of education. Young men went out there. Oh, I'm going to start my own business. Or, oh, that's it. I made it through, high school. I'm technically a man. That's it. It's time to start doing something. And they would go learn how to be a plumber. They would go learn how to be a carpenter. Men used to learn trades immediately. Used to all work in the factories. And that's why it really is funny, man. If you really look at like where we were, where we came from, how everything is now, you can actually tell what they did over the years to slowly pull us away from that type of environment. You know what I mean? And you notice now, it's funny, right? We take away that environment, and now we're adding all these freaking chemicals in the food and shit, and now all of a sudden, half the population's anxious, half the population's depressed, half the population, doesn't want to wake up in the morning. Half the women are single now and are never gonna have kids. That's why it's gotta make you laugh, man. Because as quote unquote, barbaric and uncivilized and all fucked up or whatever as we were years ago, we were significantly better off. Which probably tells you that most of the issues that were raised recently aren't really issues. Now, again, I'm not talking like child labor. If you're like 9 years old, should you be working in a factory? I mean, probably not, right? Probably not. But all those jobs used to be there. And like they used to say, right, before hyperinflation and the devaluation of a dollar, that's what I mean. A young man would be able to enter the world, enter the workforce, maybe get a job on the line, working in the factory, and whatever that wage was, he was able to get food for himself, get a place for himself to live, save up for a little bit, maybe he could buy a car. It was doable. And that's why I know people are talking about, gold and silver now, what's going on with the dollar, blah, blah, blah. And I will say, in my opinion, I mean, it's definitely going to get worse before it gets better. But I'm telling you right now, as wild as it sounds, in my opinion, Trump should either dismantle the Federal Reserve or we have to get backed by silver and gold again. We need some sort of real backing on the currency. And I know people are immediately going to say, well, if you do that, the value of my house is going to drop like 30%. It's like, yeah, but also at the same time, it would be an even hit across the board, right? It's not like because you are who you are, your investment just took a 30% hit. Everyone's going to take that haircut. And while it seems like it's less value in the moment, remember, the buying power of the currency, it would greatly increase during the same time. So that's why an announcement like that would scare the crap out of people. And honestly, a lot of the shit you own may take a hit in value because it was overvalued in fiat currency instead of backed by something organic. However, if he does do that, then to the moon, Alice. To the moon. Because in my opinion, that will rectify so many issues that even stem from the Fed and the money supply and the currency. That's just me again. This is speculation. This could be a late rally in valuations throughout the years after it was being kept down. Gold and silver I'm referring to. But in my opinion, I don't know. I have a feeling Trump's going to make a big announcement regarding currency and metals. My grandpa started to work with 14 or 15. Too many people come from university in their 30s and they're wondering why they can't afford shit. Yeah, no, it's true. That is true. That is true. And that's what I mean. It's like if you look at it, some people who are quote unquote more reserved and educated might say, oh, what a terrible civilization. I'm so glad everyone could just hang out in university now. Again, meanwhile, in reality, if we're talking like actually preparing human beings and, giving them experiences and knowledge and, the opportunity to generate some wealth and hit the ground running, like, in my opinion, the positives that were taken away from that environment significantly outweigh the negatives of, oh, I was young and I had to get a job. Like, let's cut the bullshit. That's why I say, oh, were they people a little more barbaric and uncivilized? I mean, I guess, but they were better off, man. They were better off. And we're slowly starting to realize it now. And I will say, as much as I hate social media, it's actually working out well, right? Because we do have a lot of these new younger kids who are hearing all of us in our 20s, our 30s, our 50s talk about how we got screwed, what went wrong, what the country should have done, right? And they're putting it all together and they're saying, no, yeah, moving forward, like this screwed up system shouldn't exist. And the way you do this is completely wrong. You should do it this way. So, believe it or not, they may not be as physically aggressive as men decades ago. But I actually have a feeling that this new generation is much more informed and aware of what's actually going on around them. And you can tell, like, people coming again from the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, like, that's when they started to kind of, like, they wanted to keep you in the dark about everything. And that's why even today, again, you're talking about something like silver. No one understands it. You know what I'm saying? No one's thinking critically. No one can make sense of it. No one knows what they're supposed to, and that's what I mean. Kept in the dark about everything relevant. So I do give kudos to those young people who are, again, kind of putting all the pieces together, bringing all this to light. And some of these kids are like 13, 15, and they're talking about everything wrong and how they're looking to change the country and change the systems. I mean, that's huge, man. That's huge. Even going back a generation or two. I mean, imagine, you and all your friends thinking that way and knowing these things when you were 14. How much differently your path would have been. Or how much you could have changed. Hey man, I'm 19 and never held a job. That is because you are from Denmark. Do they even have businesses in Denmark? Better get you a job at the post office. Novo Nordisk. Oh man, I wouldn't brag about that. Lego? Since when? Maersk is a good company. Maersk is probably your best company. I was gonna say, since when Lego in Denmark? Since when? Would you give him a tax evasion or something? That's another thing. Legos, what a joke that's become, bro. Bunch of plastic pieces that stick together, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, you want to build this cube? It's $69.99. It's like, shouldn't don't these cost you like 8 cents a piece or something? Family who owns it living in Denmark. Ah, okay. Looking for the Danish tax. Now, let me ask you, is it the same tax whether you get cheese or cherry? All day, baby. If people actually paid attention, knew how the Fed worked, nobody would be doing a tenth of what they're doing. But yeah, 100% done on purpose. And of course, this is old news, right? There've been a lot of other people who've brought this to light. So I'm saying what we already know here, but they purposely keep you in the dark, man. And no one, and I mean, no, well, I mean, that's a stretch, of course, but depending where you got your education, and of course, how interested you were to educate yourself, the average person has no idea about finance, how money works. Again, they're seeing silver and gold, they don't understand. They're holding Bitcoin, but it's not moving, they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I believe you meant to say your SLV call. Silver with a 10-point reversal here. Trying to scare out those traders. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about this one, brother. I don't know about that one, man. Wow, do they tank it right back to 105 and a half, hit the moving average, and then boom, 130? Holy sh... Holy sh... Look at the volume. Now the volume's in the way. Go away, volume. Nobody likes you. What's the dollar been doing? Wait a minute. Since 11 at 1 at 1 at 1 dollar flattening out, ready to break back lower. This is our support. Looking for a break right around there, which is actually going to help pump up stocks. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know. It's all hindsight now, but I don't even know what made me say SPY put. I don't know. I was right for a few points, and then it went up a few points. I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. What was, I know we had NeoQuant in here the other day. What was that? EXK? Yeah, I think so. Was it this one? Yeah. Yeah. Spiked up to above 15 today, hitting new highs. I think what? That was like 13 and a half the other day when he mentioned it. Shout out to our buddy NeoQuant. SPY will probably go back down tomorrow. Got FOMC Wednesday. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's why when I was looking at the chart of the dollar, I was seeing potentially that inverted head and shoulders, indicating we might see a run now in the dollar, which is why I was asking in the Discord if we have any data coming out this week. So I appreciate that, Corey. Every time Niels cries, an angel gets his wings. Oh no, I think it's snowing again. Oh no. It's snowing again. S&P going down. Spot puts, get your spot puts here. And I just want to say too, I know some people, some people pop in the stream, they want to see what it's all about. If we're watching the S&P, or if I say something like, oh, SPY calls, I think here, if you don't do options, like that's okay. That, like, you can talk about, what you're doing or something you have a question about. Because I know a lot of people come in and they're like, oh, this guy's watching the S&P and he said SPY puts. This guy, he's a trader. He's not going to look at, whatever, Costco for me or something. You know what I'm saying? That's why. Don't be afraid to interact. Let everybody know how your positions are doing, how your weekend was, how much snow you got, right? Jose, baby. That's why I love you. That's why I love you. Jose's a real one. And that's why I told you I submitted that letter to Trump to rewrite the anthem. Because I want it, right as we begin, I want Jose, can you see? That's how good of a guy you are. I'm going to get you in there. Yeah, I did, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. And like we said, with this growth now, we're over 100 an ounce. So that's what I mean. A couple of $100 is now over $1,000. Fantastic. Fantastic, my friend. Happy for you. Very happy for you. I am so damn glad that people bought the SLV ETF. People bought calls with months of time on SLV. As Jose said, went out, got some physical silver. I am so damn happy and proud of this community. I can't begin to tell you, honestly. I cannot begin to tell you. Buying £1? Nice. Very nice, my friend. God bless. Thoughts on DraftKings? Shares or options? Let me ask that first. You want to like trade it or you want to buy it? Weekly options. All right, 1 second. Give me a second. My ashtray is on fire. Okay, ashtray is secure. Weekly DraftKings options. Whoops. Let's go like there. Okay, now we're in a downtrend. All right. Now you see these pops? Oh, you're in 32s already. Okay. So you see these pops right here, right? We were shout out to our crew in the Discord and our loyal viewers because we kept seeing this dropping, this consolidation, right? And we called out calls a couple of times, so we made some nice money last week, DraftKings calls. But see how it's bottoming out here, and it's tightening, right? So it's technically forming a descending triangle, in my opinion, and it looks like it's going to break back down, and it may continue to channel down here to this trend line here of about 28, only because it looks like it's following the dollar. However, note my circle and my potential predicted path of a potential inverted head and shoulders on the dollar. So here's what's happening. DraftKings is dropping with the dollar. However, it has surges of volume coming at these levels because, in my opinion, it is a beautiful buy here in the low 30s, right? And if we turn the volume back on, we can see how we had the volume come out of the gate, right? We have a tightening. Honestly, it's probably going to break to the upside, believe it or not, in my opinion. But again, see here, this is what we were talking about, right? We had the calls, and we're getting these surges of volume coming in. Right here at the open, you see the pop up. Here, yeah, it was like 2:30 last Wednesday. We had the surge of volume come in. That popped us up above 32. So we've been trading the calls in here pretty well over the last week or two. So honestly, in my opinion, I think you're fine. My opinion, I think you're fine. It's only Monday. Keep that in mind. In my opinion, I like it. Truck backing up. 32s. Yeah, of course, anytime. 32s by this Friday should be fine. Should be fine. And again, if you get that volume surge, right? Like here, you can see we popped up and we're tightening in this triangle. Now, this is technically what's known as a symmetrical triangle. And for some reason, I see people online saying it's like bullish or something. And it's a symmetrical triangle, right? Means symmetric, which comes from our arithmetic days, which means even, right? It's symmetrical. So it's not an upward triangle or a downward triangle. It's a symmetrical triangle, which technically means the move is unknown. Because it could go up and it could break down, right? And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Could it break down because the dollar's been dropping? Yes. Should it also break up because the volume comes in big on dips and it looks like it wants to be up even at the start of every day, then yes, that's why, again, in my opinion, I think 32s Should be fine. What do I think about MBOT? I think it's phenomenal. We love our MBOT. Again, originally brought to you on this channel a while back at $1 a share. Stock almost went up to $5. All right, we're down here at 193. Look at that. Filled that gap perfectly right back there. Right back to that support. Again, last time we came down to this support, right? People were, what's going on with MBOT? What the fuck? And then boom. What'd I say? I said jump in. Boom. Right back to 2.5. So they dropped it all the way down here. Too much of a drop. Brought it right down to support and then rallied the freaking thing 50% off the bottom. So again, even if it breaks and it chunks back down here through the lines to the fib of 180, it doesn't matter. In my opinion, I like it. I like it in both the short term and the long term. And again, Microbot Medical, this is a medical device, a surgical robotic company that yours truly found. Back here, I was talking about it at $1. We saw, again, the symmetrical triangle going into 25. I said, in my opinion, I think MBOT's going to have a good 2025. And then as we approach the end of the year, volume came in. The stock surged all the way up to 3.5. We get FDA 510K clearance. We supposedly got, signed a deal with the hospital in Georgia. Going to start testing out the machines, the Liberty system. My opinion, it's a winner. In my opinion. What do you think about the JP and Singapore market in general? JP, what do you mean JP? Oh, Japan. What do I think? Sounds like their problem. Sounds like their problem. And I also think, I think it cancels itself out, right? Because I know people were saying online, oh, we're speculating that the dollar is dropping because they're going to, help support the yen. But then at the same time, if the yen is supported and other currencies go down, that would also help keep the dollar up. If that makes sense, right? So if you think about it, the catalysts kind of potentially wash each other out. So in my opinion, I don't think it's an issue. Still up 40% on H-graph. Here we go. Hold on, Jose. I got something for you.
It's easy.
Damn right it was. That was easy. This is, believe it or not, I believe the most people we've ever had on a stream. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm a character, baby. I don't mean the currency matter, but the companies. Went up phenomenal last year due to change regulations. Yeah, I do. They're going to have to continue to make advantageous changes to try to compete with the U.S. Because Trump technically is right when he says it. Again, I mean, sounds like Hansel from Zoolander, but the U.S. is so hot right now, bro. And you know what all the other countries are saying? I hate what you're doing right now. And I'm not your bra. Oh. Yep, looking for the SPY puts here. Looking for the SPY puts here. Silver, what's going on? Bouncing back above moving average. Let's see if we see a little reversal here, back to about 113 an ounce. Don't worry about the Dems. Dems don't do what we do. You know how Dems make their money? They go on Craigslist apparently, and they look for a listing. And it's like, what? I just got to stand out here and hold the sign, and you'll pay me and feed me lunch? All right, I'll do that. So that's what the Dems are doing right now, right? We're in here making money moves, and they're out there holding signs. Can you see my sign? We're in the power hour, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? Who was that, too? That was talking Jay Grizz, our buddy Jay Grizz with the DraftKings calls. You know what? I'll help you out, bro, alright? Because we move markets here. Just kidding. SEC, if you're listening, that was just a joke. Just a joke. DraftKings calls, in my opinion. Yeah, that's what we were saying before. People don't even understand the system. No one knows what's going on. What's up? Been hearing all the fin channels talking about UiPath. I don't know. I don't know what that is. All I know is usually if everyone's talking about it, that's a bad thing. That is a bad thing. I said you want to be starting something. Got to be starting something. I said you want to be starting something. Got to be starting something. Oh, hello, boss. You like the puts, boss? I do like the puts. I do like the put. I don't know why. I don't know why. Yeah, hopefully it'll be gone in a day or two. Because that storm definitely made itself known, I'll tell you that much. I got like 1.5 feet of snow outside. Yeah, SPY actually looks like it's setting up to potentially pop higher. Which is why, again, I was kind of saying puts, right? A lot of you understand the strategy. Some people don't, right? If we're on the up and up like this, it's all about the calls. Everyone's bullish, right? But if you buy puts, they're cheaper because people are less expecting it to happen, right? They're less expecting a drop. So if we do happen to start dropping, they're going to chunk up. They're going to pay out even more. There's a method to the madness. Frickin' ice here in Texas? Yeah, but you're legal, right? That's okay. Ah, all day, baby. All day. SPY 2 695.30. No, I know. I knew what you meant. I made a funny. There's ice all over the neighborhood. And it's freezing outside. It's the final countdown. Diddly-doo. Diddly-doo. Silver looking for that bounce. And remember, too, silver and gold continues to trade after 4 o'clock. So I know it was kind of bad timing, but I don't know. I have a feeling they're going to bounce silver and gold right back to where they were. Just throwing it out there. Just my 2 cents. Wow, that's a good deal, Jose. All right. I guess I know why people love Texas, huh? I get knocked down, but I get up again. You never gonna keep me down. I thought this was power hour. Why is it looking so weak? Everyone's tablets are frozen. They can't get their trades in. Of course, Jose, for you, anything. Anything. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Looking for the bounce back up there into the 5s and the 6s. Right? So you're going to have to watch... actually... Let me see something here. 186. Yeah, so you're kind of going to have to hold these levels. Right? These are your supports now. These are your supports now, right? So you had the big bounce, so hopefully you do kind of like this W recovery. And it's fighting, again, this purple line, you can see it ran up to the line, rejected, came down to retest the moving average. So hopefully you start to have a bounce here soon and get back up to the purple line and above it, back to 5, 5.5. And see, it looks like you're potentially in this kind of upward stepping channel. So if you come back up here, you can see maybe back to like 6.5, 7. But again, I like this one because in general, we know a lot of these up-and-coming tech stocks are really overvalued, and something like Rigetti Computing, again, went to the moon, and you got the CEO coming out saying, listen, we appreciate the attention, but, we need a couple of years, so you guys are getting a little too excited. So we know that they're overvalued, a lot of them ran, but again, something like RR was doing pretty well since we started looking at it, and the market cap here, sub 1 billion. So, unfortunately, in this environment, it seems very difficult to find like interesting, especially tech companies, right? Who are a billion or less. So, if we're going to keep everything up and if we love tech and AI and we're putting robots everywhere, well then, hey, whether it's going to work out or not, I mean, it could be viewed as cheap, right? So that's what I mean. You could double and triple from here, maybe. So, but in general, I like it. Again, Rich Tech Robotics made a freaking, what is it? A bartender, a barista robot that is currently serving drinks in Vegas. Oh, we got the flattening. We got the flattening. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Do you see? Do you see? It's going to break down right here. Spy puts. Get your spy puts here. Get your spy puts here. Get your spy puts here. There you go. So I said it on stream, in Discord, on X. Yep, we're looking for the silver comeback, even though it looks like it's breaking. And we're looking for the S&P, bang, to drop down. Looking for a drop down here. Looking for the big drop here. Uh, that's interesting right there. You see that? Do you see? Add stream marker. Insert ad. I can insert an ad at any time I want. I should have been doing that every 5 minutes. Screw you guys. Just relax, Deli. You're making people nervous. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. See, you had to say something, right? What did I tell you, huh? What did I tell you? Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Everybody look at the snow in the yard. If you're just joining us, I hope you grab some silver and gold. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. Hold on, let me check my account here, see if I'm rich. Hold on. Nope. Not quite. It's weak. Just sold my physical silver 2 weeks ago after holding on for 5 years. Ah. Ah. That's alright. That's alright. Still a very nice return for you. As we know, it's difficult, it hurts, but you're never gonna buy at the bottom, you're never gonna sell at the top. This shit is weak right now. But the real question is, does it break by 4 o'clock? Because it looks like the apex might be right at the close, which either means I'm incorrect or I'm going to be correct at 3:58 or I'm going to be correct tomorrow at the open. Do you see? Could even go from here technically if that holds. But you could see, look, 350, 358, 350, 4 o'clock. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. You need to see a big rejection here down to this fib. If we don't see that rejection, it might get ugly. Guys, it's starting to snow again. I don't like it. Aw, come on, Lou. Don't tell me that. Why couldn't you tell me there's going to be a pole shift and it's going to be 90 degrees tomorrow? I'm done with the shovel. I called Elon personally, told him to send me one of his flamethrowers. Trying to work smarter, not harder. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Right about now. Jeez. Uh-oh. Okay. Big candle, gap up. Gap up usually means we go down. Fingers crossed, baby. Looking for a pump and a dump. Yep. 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 Silver and gold. Never leave home without it. It's the final countdown. Hold on, we have earnings today? Yeah, still got a lot of financials reporting. Oh, I got a bunch of big names tomorrow. Okay, okay. Let's see what we have here. So I'm gonna say RTX. So that would be, put GM there. I'd put American Airlines there too, probably. Uh, Polaris. Oh, it's on Fubo. Yeah, they beat it up. Right here. 218, you got a potential gap fill right there, 218. But I am expecting, again, a bounce. Even back to this support line here would be about 3 and change. But I think people are basically just waiting for everything to get finalized, and then they're waiting for the Fubo and Hulu numbers. And then they're going to start bringing value back into the stock, in my opinion. Disney kind of falling apart. So I feel like they need Fubo. But Fubo, again, already a big winner for us on the channel. Brought to you originally by me at $1. Stock went to 6.5. And still may have a lot of unlocked potential. The Exterminator. How you doing over there, brother? How's Sarah Connor? Sarah Connor. Blah, blah, blah. Bang, bang, choo-choo train. Let me see you do that thing. Ah, yes. Bang, bang. Shot you down. Bang, bang. Earnings. Hashtag earnings. Oh, yeah. Well, I chalked today up as a dub, man. I mean, I think we had like 24, 25 people in here at one time. Day by day, baby, step by step. That was a good show. Do you remember the time when we fell in love? Do you remember the time? Do you remember the time? Up, up, up. Come on, Kryptonite. Wow, so I could just insert an ad right now to make money? How's this work? Ads inserted. Okay. I don't know what that did. Did you guys just get forced to watch an ad or something? I don't know. I'm like an old man with this tech. Get your spare pussy. Do 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 do. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. Up, 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 up. Ba-da-ba-da-ra-ba. Oh, the big green candle. We don't want the green, we want the red. Playing games. It's snowing. Damn it. Let me see how it looks in the back. Hold on, give me 1 sec. Spy puts, baby. Who takes care of you? Who takes care of you? Dubs in the chat. Shades in the chat. How you like me now?
Well, Candy.
Each platform is different, but you might be able to contact them if you call them directly and ask them to give you a little bit of an extension on an option that's expiring today. But I don't know, they're all different. Back in action. What happened? Everybody left. Spy puts, making money. Oh. Spy puts for the win. Shades. Why does it taste so sweet? All these names were before the open for the most part. Yeah, I didn't mention any symbols today after the close. Oh. So how'd everyone do today, huh? Anybody make money on those spy puts? Anybody? Bueller. 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 Oh, man. Well, got good news and I got bad news. The good news is decent day, right? We had yet again our gold, our silver come out looking good, up and up and up and away. Congrats to all those investors holding those hedges and diversifying properly. SCCO hit a high also, copper. 193.29. They close out 30 minutes before the close. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of expecting that break to happen a little bit earlier. So, I know Jose bought expiring today. That's alright, though. It happens. It happens. It's unfortunate. We've seen time and time again. They, break it sometimes at, the last 7 minutes. So, hard to call. Made some money on those puts. Let's go. Corey the Corey.
That was easy.
All day, baby. All day. You know who didn't make money on those puts? Me. That's how nice of a guy I am. I'm a mensch. You know that? The mensch. You're a mensch. Yeah, so the good news is decent day. The bad news is it's snowing again. Oh, man. Gonna be shoveling snow all week, man. And of course, I'm seeing videos online. Apparently, it's plastic snow. Do you know about this? Have you heard about this? Look at Bitcoin. Oof. Wow, tell me they're setting up a Head and Shoulders right here to break it down. Oh my goodness, do you see? Do you see? See, now this is interesting. Because if you look at some of the trend lines I drew out recently, over the last couple of months, you can see we kind of are having these inverse moves, but only when it comes to Bitcoin. Do you notice this? Hey, Killian, how we doing, brother? People made some money on SPY puts because I'm a financial genius. And of course, we have silver and gold, new highs again today. I think everyone's doing all right for the most part. So again, it looked like, as you see, I was drawing out like this potential descending wedge. And we had the premature break, right? We had a premature break. Then we come back into the apex, have only a small pop to the moving average, right? Because we had a premature pop out here. And then we end up dropping down, right? So we thought we had a bullish setup, premature break, and then an inverse move. And even here again, potential descending wedge lining up for a couple of months, bouncing off of this key support level here, trying to reclaim it, rejecting hard, then breaking inversely, right? If this is a descending wedge, we were supposed to hang out here and then pop back up to the line, right? But instead, we were hanging out here and then prematurely broke out. Basically got back to the apex and then rejected, right? So we had the form premature and inverse. Now we have a potential head and shoulders now setting up to bring Bitcoin even lower. I'm a genius and Robinhood financial thieves. Haha. Well, you know, they saw that you had some money in your account, so they robbed from you to give it to themselves. You understand? So they got the Robinhood part right. It's just no one's paying attention to what they're doing over there. Getting your pockets picked. Oh, baby. Almost a 3-hour stream today. Not bad, not bad. Came on a little late. I was exhausted. Had to get some rest. Had to do some frickin' shoveling. Was out there friggin' clearing snow like it was an Olympic sport. Did not get a medal. We had like 25 people in the stream at one time. That was like the most we ever had. Yet somehow I only have 14 likes, but that's okay. That's okay. Oh, out there robbing the hood. I like it. I like it. Baby. Hold on, see. Alright, so yeah, we've been on stream for almost 3 hours. Look at this. Chat revenue, $0. Wow, I made $0 in 3 hours. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me check my email, because I'm sure someone sent me, like, you know, $5,000 or something. Nope. Nope. That's okay. That's okay. I never get that upset. Because, of course, I could use it. I need it. I want it. But also at the same time, we know where we are and we know who I am. So, that's why I never get too upset. Because anything I don't see today, I get tomorrow. Anything I feel I deserve tomorrow, maybe I don't get till Friday or next Wednesday. It's all good, Jose. We'll get him on the next one. Nah, I know, brother. You're a good man. You're one of the good ones. You, I'm not worried about. That's why, like I say, I mean, come on, hang out for a couple hours. Of course, everybody wants to put in their time and make money. But again, this is the Show Me channel. This is the Show Me community. And I have no problem showing you and then hanging out and waiting for reciprocation down the road. Which, of course, is the opposite of what everyone else does, because they don't know what I know. I'm sorry. It is what it is, right? And they need their money up front. You know what I'm saying? Win, lose, or draw, they need to get paid. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why, again, I know some people may like the way I do it. Some people may not understand it, but in my opinion, I don't believe anyone really does it this way. And there's a reason why. That's it, Jose. One day at a time, baby. Gonna be like Willy Wonka in that glass elevator. Boom! Shattering. Right out to the ceiling, flying to the moon. To the moon! Look at that S&P, though, the way it broke and then flattened out. That's what I mean. It's ready to chunk back down. Just like we were playing the calls, like the last several days, catching those bumps. Now I think you got to play the puts, and I think you got to play the little dips. And you just got to scalp and trade. Bang, bang, in and out. In and out, in and out. Or if you don't feel confident doing that, you kind of wait and hang out maybe a couple of hours. Let the SPY show you potentially the bottom of its range and the top of its range for the day, right? And then you can try to draw out your pattern and try to just kind of play that channel once or twice. Which is why we say there's always money to be made, right? Just like those SPY puts, Was it a trade that exploded 1,000% in 5 minutes? No. Did it work, right? Was there profit? There you go. Then we did our job. Yeah, it's snowing again. I might have to take action. I might have to be a man of action. Yeah, nice earnings week ahead. I tried to message that out about the earnings coming up. There's a couple of companies reporting tomorrow morning. We'll see how we do. Hey, there he is. Mr. Number One. Okay, what is this? Potential nor'easter this coming weekend. Huh. And what are the chances it is right over me? Yeah. What a great graphic that was. Thanks for showing me that. Jeez. All right, boys and girls. It was fun. Hope everyone had a good day. I'm sure you did. Market's kind of hanging out, right? Everyone thought we were going to have big market crash when we heard about Greenland, and then boom, that's it. We make a deal, bada bing, bada boom, as expected. As expected. Now we're hanging out. S&P technically got very close to those highs. So that's why, again, you know, it's setting up in the technicals maybe to dip, right? So we could have like a little dip like that, and then it could just kind of like step its way back up to where it was. I have a feeling they want to keep markets strong right now. Yeah, I actually don't have a fireplace, but worst case scenario, I could always axe up the living room floor and, you know, use that. Yeah, I do think so. I do think, again, of course, if we don't get some random announcement that makes the market chunk down, I do believe they step this up this week. I think they try to, I think they want 7,000. I think they want that nice round psych level. Probably bring it to some random number like 7,006.4 or some shit. And then that's where it'll reject. So that's why I'm saying you may have to be quicker this week than you have been in the past, right? Where we can position here and then just watch big profits by here. So it may have to be, like we said, bang, a quick trade. You buy the dip, catch the step, sell the rip, kind of, right? Buy the rejection, bang, right? You may have to bang, 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 bang in a tight little channel. But in my opinion, I do believe 7,000 on the S&P is coming this week. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about that. So, I am going to do what I gotta do after I already did what I had to do. And again, I hope everyone's doing alright. I want everyone to be safe, of course. Stay warm. Don't go out if you don't have to. Blah, blah, blah. All that beautiful stuff. And, yeah, I'll be here early tomorrow. Hopefully. Shades for my boy. So yeah, we're gonna be here early tomorrow, earlier anyway. And yeah, we're gonna have a good week. If we're snowed in, damn it, and we have to eat tuna out of a can all week, then damn it, we're gonna make money while we're doing it. All right. Appreciate the support. Appreciate everyone's time. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Love you guys. Hope everyone had a good day. See you tomorrow morning. Stay safe. Stay warm. Have a good night. Get back.